What up, though? Welcome back to this week's Renaissance Man. And this is a very special episode because this one's personal. It's a family affair. I would like to welcome my brother from another, Jeezy, to the show.
What
What
up,
up,
though?
family?
What's up? How you feeling, brother?
I appreciate you taking the time for me as always.
Always.
So,
That's every time, my G.
absolutely. I remember a time in 2008. We were both in Washington, D.C. You had a hit record called My President is Black.
Sure
We were
did.
celebrating Barack
Yeah.
Obama's inauguration.
Yes.
Now, as a Georgia native, you seen your state after 28 years turn blue for Joe Biden.
Right.
What was it like to be one of the main influencers to help be a voice in your community to spark that change?
I mean, for me, and the picture is bigger than Biden because he's definitely not the end all be all.
Mhm.
Well, I wanted to see, and I wanted my people to see that, because I was getting a lot of our votes don't count, and well, why are we even doing this? And it's just like, nah, we got to mobilize so that we can see, what it is we working with. Like we can see the little movements or the little shifts. And I'm just so glad they got a chance because when I talked to one of my guys at the NAACP, he was telling me early voters last election it was 650,000. And I was like, what are the numbers for the early voters this election? He was like 1.5. I said that's a big difference. So I'm just glad they got a chance to see that every vote really does count. And then when it got down to the race, to the last leg of it, it was every vote, every vote. And to me, I'm just glad that the people, especially in Georgia, got a chance to see that every vote really does count. And when you go out here and you take your time and you participate, you get results.
And there's
Yeah.
going to be a big Senate race taking place in January. We know how important that's going to be for Democratic versus Republican power in the House and in the Senate. There's so many people like yourself in Atlanta that understands the importance of that. Do you have any plans between now and then to continue to make your voice loud as possible?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm here, I'm here as a vessel. For me, I just want whatever's right for the people. And it's all an uphill battle. And I'm a fighter. So once, I understand what's going on, I'm all the way, in and I love what Stacey Abrams been doing. I
Mhm.
love how she's going about it. I love the changes that are being made. And this is something big for us, especially Georgia. For Georgia to be blue, I never thought I would live to see that. So for this Senate race, I feel like it's the same thing. It's just like we got to mobilize and we got to keep showing our power. If that's what we all want, and that's what we all got to get. And I just feel like anything I can do, any big events I got coming up, anything I can tie it to, I'm definitely gonna tie that whole race to it because it's that important.
As a fan of yours, my brother from another mother, I was excited. I looked down at my phone a couple of hours or so ago, seems like, and
Right.
you announced that you're going to do a versus battle.
Yes, sir.
Gucci Mane.
Yes, sir.
Now, that's going to be epic.
Actually, let me say this before I even go there. The battle, when I was talking about big events, we're gonna use that battle as well to with that verses as well to help them out with the whole Senate situation. Like
Dope.
yeah, that's what we on. But yeah, I'm there. I can't
Okay,
wait.
so I got to bring people behind the curtain, but not bring them too far behind the curtain.
Right.
So I appreciate both of you gentlemen's growth as human beings that have been successful in their own right, that could come full circle and not only battle for the art and the culture, but also to give back, as you just mentioned, to the city of Atlanta. So how important is this versus battle going to be, and how excited are you looking forward to it?
I mean, I think it's a long time coming. Like I just feel like, like it's finally, it's about the music, it's about the legacy, and it's in a place where everybody get a chance to see what it is, and what it should have always been. Of course, we always had our thing, but finally, we gonna be in the same room. We're gonna be in the same place, and we're gonna press play. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna press play.
This is gonna be
We're gonna
crazy.
bring, you know, you might have some people in the back going to, get the money counters out. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a whole lot of motivation and hey, you know what I mean? That Ziploc smell, you feel me? All that go on.
I know you look 20 years younger and
Yeah,
all, but
19.
family, you got bars on hits on hits on anthems on anthems.
Right.
Where do you start putting together a playlist?
I mean, just how you feel. For me, like just all my, and I tell people I don't got a catalog, I got real life. Everything I
Mm,
ever said, I meant it. I stand on it.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? If I said somebody's name, that's because I really know them and we really
mm,
did something together. So for me, I just feel like however you feel, but it's good you can even go backwards or forwards because that's what culture does. That's what it's about. And for me, like, I put my heart into everything I ever made, whether it's sold or not. So, for me, I just go with how I feel, man. Like, however I feel, Jalen, you know, that's how I'm coming. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
it
Literally.
gonna be crazy. This
Yeah.
week's episode, when I realized that I was gonna have you be a part of the show, is called "Respect is Earned,
Yes.
Not Given."
Giving, no question.
And that's how I've watched your journey as a man, as an artist, as a leader in your community.
Right.
What was it like to, regardless of your success and your fame, to still maintain that respect and 10 toes down that always comes up when people mention your name?
I mean, it's about integrity. You know what I'm saying? It's about integrity. It's about, pushing the envelope and doing what, the popular crowd doesn't do.
Mm,
Even with this, this versus, what I'm saying? Like that ain't what the popular crowd would do.
mm,
So we're gonna get some scrutiny behind that. Everybody ain't gonna agree as they shouldn't, but I'm about breaking the mold. You know what I'm saying? I'm about putting it on display, win, lose, or draw. So as far as like when it comes to integrity, like I was in a position where I was ready to put it all, my freedom and everything on the line for it. So it ain't gonna change now that I'm successful. And I think to me, everything I do, Jalen, I gotta be able to get up and look myself in the mirror in the morning. And the
mm,
moment I can't do that, that's when I lost in life. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, to have integrity, you just can't never forget where you came from and what you stand for. And it's a battle, just even being in the music industry, even, coming from where I came from, my humble beginnings and going, even hearing some of the music make me think about a lot of the things that I really been through that I overcame. I'm like, damn, like that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, and you got to stay solid throughout it because if you let, if you switch up or stop being who you are, then you ain't yourself. And I always, my message has always been about evolving. My message has always been about corporate thugging. I ain't never
mm.
came here and said I'm just gonna do music. I wasn't even a music person. Like I'm not. I ain't grow up in my mom house writing in my pad and walking around with a book bag full of rhymes. I had a book bag full of things, but it wasn't rhymes. You feel me? It might have been some paper, but it wasn't no paper. You feel me?
No question.
Yeah.
So, in today's climate, unfortunately, and we've seen a lot of artists mention this, that being a rapper is a dangerous profession. And
Definitely.
unfortunately, a few
Definitely.
artists recently with Pop Smoke, and
Right.
even just recently with Benny the Butcher getting shot in the leg and a
Right.
couple other guys dying.
Right. Even King Von,
King Von.
Doe B, Bankroll Fresh. It's just, and even like with, with what is going on Thursday, if you pull the curtains back, it's still a celebration of life to still be here.
Mhm.
Because when you went through the worst and you still stand tall, that's a lot. And I think a lot with this generation now is just like the money is so fast and it's so easy. It's not a lot. The thought process is, take each other out because that's what it's about. Like if I take you out, that means it's more for me.
Mhm.
Or I don't like to see what you created on your own, so I want to take your light. And if that's your life, then that's what it's gonna cost you. And I just think at the end of the day, like, I ain't here to preach kumbaya, but it's just like, man, if the Italians can get along with the with, with the Irish and you know what I'm saying? If like I just don't understand, why I gotta come to what it gotta come to. Even this kid Vaughn, like I just got put on this kid and I love Dirk. And I'm like, damn, you finally got an artist. This is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You went independent from a label and you got artists that's popping and you popping. And y'all about to put something together crazy, and then boom, just on a humbug, he get killed at a nightclub on an outing. And, you know, your hood and everybody you was taking care of and everybody you was supporting, all their dreams are shattered. That's not right. You know what I mean? I saw that happen with Bankroll Fresh. And to me, I just feel like with any business, I ain't never seen nobody from Apple kill somebody from Microsoft. I just ain't never seen it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's just like, we got to figure it out some point, because at the end of the day, it's just us. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I ain't going to say I ain't come from it, but at some point, it just got to make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it just can't be for nothing, and that's just the way I see it. So I would just encourage them to, just keep your head on straight, because you want to get the money, but you want to live to enjoy it too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You want to make it to a point in the game like myself. I'm dropping I think it's ninth studio album. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. But I mean, and I'm having fun with, like, I'm not even, ain't no pressure. You know what I'm saying? But because I done been through some of the worst, but I had my times and the things that I learned, I'm putting it in the music because I want you to get the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to know is about the longevity and not the quick money. I ain't even get, quick money wasn't even good in the streets. All money ain't good money. So it's like, you got to keep that mindset for the long haul, for the long game. It can't be quick. I'm gonna get some money, I'm gonna come up, and then that's it. It's like, nah, get some money, stay alive, take care of your people. You know what I'm saying? Do it again, and then make sure next time you come back, you got another plan, and you know what I mean, and keep it going. So that's what I'm on.
Your latest project, you just alluded to it. First off, congratulations.
Yeah,
9 albums,
yeah. I think it's not. Is it
multiple
nine?
mixtapes.
Yeah, nine. Well, now if you were talking mixtapes, I'm about 100 in.
I know, right?
About 100 in.
About 100.
I went platinum a long
You
time
was
ago.
platinum on the street.
Right. A long
I
time ago.
already know. And this one is
Yeah.
Recession 2,
Yeah.
November 20th,
November 20th.
2020.
Yeah.
What's the motivation and inspiration behind this project?
Immediately after this versus battle, man, y'all go get that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when this air, but yeah, go get that. The Recession 2. If anybody know, my first Recession album was probably one of my best bodies of work ever. And, I really took the time to educate myself. I cut back. I remember parking all my cars and not driving, putting up my jewelry and not hanging out, and just putting my head in newspapers and reading books and articles and just figuring out what the hell was going on. And then I put it in the music the best way I knew how. And fast forward to today, a lot of things haven't changed. That time, we got a black president in, you know what I'm saying? People were happy, it was a celebration, but fast forward to today, you know, 4 months ago, we was in full riot mode. You know what I'm saying? It was chaos in the street. It was looting. It was, you name it. It was brutality, black men dying, getting killed for going jogging, and you still got the streets that was messed up and people trying to figure that out. So for me, this time around, I just felt as the big homie, I got to do it all again, but the best way I know how. And the Recession 2 embodies that. You know what I'm saying? From top to bottom, I put the same amount of effort, in preparing myself and going about this project as I did in the first one, not to compare, but I took it that serious. Like, so it wasn't one of those things where I did a couple songs. It's like, no, I really want to put my heart and soul into this. And I think I've done that. And I think people are going to really appreciate it because it is a celebration. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We don't have a black vice president. Black president. We got a black vice president. She's a woman, so that's a shift. And we got,
Couple of years.
Georgia's a blue state now, so that's a shift. And you got Jizzle and Gucci doing a versus battle. That's a shift. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it is.
We're gonna keep shifting until we get it. You feel me?
And
Yeah.
also, I'm pretty sure you noticed not only Arizona and Wisconsin, But your home away from home, Michigan,
Yeah.
also flipped.
Wow, that's crazy. See what I'm saying?
Yes, it
That's,
did.
that's different, man. And people gotta see and feel it because it just feels like to me like changes are happening. You know, whether you like them or you don't, things are happening. People are speaking up. People are stepping out, and they're not
Mhm.
sitting back anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. Proactive, baby. Proactive all the time.
And you must speak multiple language in finance because every day I'm looking up, you're doing a different announcement. So
Yeah.
now we CEO, Def Jam building.
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations. Tell us about the
Senior
new opportunity.
advisor, Def Jam Records. Shout out to Jeff Houston. Like that's big to me because I basically started my career at Def Jam. I've been there, signed there since the first day I signed the contract, and I had an amazing run there, just doing what I do musically, and to be able to be there and do what I do musically, but also be an executive and being
Mhm.
able to pour into this upcoming generation and give them the jewels and the knowledge that I got. I couldn't ask for a better thing because it's what I love. Is when I left the streets, like I would love to tell the little homie, hey, look, man, really and truly, if you really just went about it this way, that's who I am. You know what I mean? So to me, it's the best thing that could have ever happened, and I'm ready to put some points on the board, and I'm excited for that. And also my new talk show. I took a page out of your book.
Mhm.
Um, my new talk show, Worth the Conversation, on Fox Soul, that airs on Wednesday nights on Fox Soul, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And that's a big deal for me. My first guest was Steve Harvey. I had Dion, and I got to get you on there. Like,
Dope.
it's just energy, just talking about life and trials and trills and things you went to. Because my whole thing is I just want to add value to people. I want to just keep giving them gems and jewels because that's how I navigated through life. That's how I got here, by listening to people that I'm like, damn, if he did it, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so he did have some mishaps. So let me figure out not how to fail, how he failed. So my failures would be mine. And I just think that's real. Like, not everybody can sit down and talk to Steve Harvey for an hour and ask him anything you want to ask him. You don't
Mhm.
get that at the barbershop on your auntie
Mhm.
front porch. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You can ask your uncle, but he might not know shit. But you know, what I'm saying? So that's a big deal. Then we got the recession podcast with Black Effect with Charlemagne the God, which is crazy. My first guest on that was Tony Robbins, and that airs on Mondays. And our last episode was with Freeway from Rock Familiar, Jay-Z's camp.
Mhm.
And he was just, he talked about health and his kidney failure and trying to
Mm.
get a kidney and losing his son to violence and having to give his son's organs away to donors. And while he's saying that, he's telling me that his daughter sitting beside him, she had to be about 13, 14, maybe 15. She was just diagnosed with cancer. And I'm just like, how you
Mhm.
keeping all this together, bro? And he just said, God is good. He wouldn't put more on me than I can bear. And I just think anybody needs to hear that because we all sit around and complain about shit that we
Mhm.
shouldn't complain about. We talk about, oh, this ain't working for me. This ain't happening. Like, look at what's going on in real life. And that's what the podcast about is what's happening in real life with real people. And how can you relate to that? You know what I'm saying? So if you're not going through that, you should know that, somewhere down the line you're being blessed because somebody out here is going through some real things and they're handling it while you're complaining about small things, things that don't really matter. This matters. Your kids matter, your family matter. And that's what the Recession podcast is about. Just dropping them gems and them jewels, baby. So check that out on Black Effect and wherever you get your podcast on Mondays. Yes.
How important is it for Black people, as you mentioned, the Black effect, to actually have our own unfiltered voice?
Mm. Is a real thing because if you're getting your knowledge and your news and your beliefs from you know places where people have their own mindset and is basically press and is not real, you can get caught up in the foolery, the bubble. You know what I'm saying? It's like Instagram. If you look at it, you know, people show you what they want to see. And if you keep putting that around you and that's what you believe, you begin to build a wall around yourself. And when you look around, you're stuck in that wall. So you have to get outside of that wall and talk to real people and hear real things from the culture so that you can understand it. Like, it's really like, just think about if you never heard Tamika Mallory speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grown. Like, I don't been through, I'm like, damn, like, I never thought about it. Like, I need to hear that. That made me, you know, that made me recharge and be like, yo, I need to be doing more. This is a Black woman. Yeah. And she on the front line, like she's the next up to be, you know, I mean, she's feeling, you know, that Martin Luther King voice, like she's fearless and she's speaking for us. And I'm not gonna get that off of CNN. I'm not gonna get that off the internet. I'm not gonna get that off anywhere. That's coming from a real person. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's what it's about. It got to come from a real place. Got to.
Well said. And I appreciate you joining me. But before I let you get out of here, I do a rapid fire question segment.
Oh, man.
On in 60 seconds.
You know, I used to get interrogated, Jalen. I'm pretty good at those things.
Almost like in Minister Society. You know,
yeah. You know you don't. No.
All right, first question. Here we go. Favorite sports car?
Ferrari.
Favorite restaurant?
I love sushi, man. Nobu all day.
Worst Jeezy fashion choice?
Some Balenciaga boots I wore to Trey Songz would not let me live. They clowned me for a whole week.
Some Balenciaga boots.
I almost lost some friends. I was like, yo, Tupac had them same boots on. Y'all ain't said it about him. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so when you ride in the car with your better half and you, like me, outkicked your coverage, congratulations, sir.
For sure.
What's your favorite song to play to get you in the mood?
Favorite song to play riding with? Oh man, we love Outkast. We love Outkast. Yeah, we love Outkast. That's just our bop, you know.
So you're a culture setter, and also now you're a CEO at a record label. Correct. Tell me who got now, and tell me who got next.
Now I think Lil Baby got now. I think Lil Durk has next. For sure.
I like that. So you like what I call the favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Right.
Who is your favorite MC of all time?
Tupac. Simple. That's it.
Tupac Shakur.
Yeah, that's that guy, man. That's that guy.
You survived, young Jizzle, from the bottom of the map.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate the love. Continue to do what you do.
Already.
And we'll get up and break bread immediately.
Already. I appreciate you having me, man. That Recession should be out in a minute. Y'all go get that. And I'll holler at you, big dog. Hit me when you touch down. We here.
Yes, sir.
Love.
Appreciate you, family.
For sure.